By the end of this video, you will know exactly how much I spent on this boat this winter 2022. Hello YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. It's me, May, and I can't believe 6 months ago I sat on this sofa in this exact position and told you all about my trajectory for winter 2022 and how much I thought I would spend on the winter with the cost of living crisis and all that jazz. And now, 6 months down the line, winter has passed. Oh my God, it has been an adventure. So many things have happened in the last 6 months. And yeah, I've been vlogging all of it. So if you're new to the channel, then you've got lots to catch up on. There's been lots of fun things happening. For any newbie here, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And do me a favor, send me a message and write a comment because I love to respond to you. And for anyone that didn't see the cost of living for 2021, then check out the video popping up right now. And if you stick with me, I will give you a rundown of exactly how much I spent for winter 2022. Just a quick one, I teach yoga live every week from my narrowboat. Ideal for anyone who lives a really stressful life, who needs some time to just wind down and feel better in the mind and body. I used to be a mental health professional working for the NHS. I recently left that job because the NHS is collapsing and it's an absolute nightmare. So it has never been more important to take care of your health for the long term, and yoga is a really great option. If you're interested in signing up for my yoga classes, then visit tinyhomeyoga.co.uk. And if you have any questions, then just comment below. Fun fact, I'm in debt and I'm still paying off this boat. So my original investment into the boat way back when, 2 years ago, when I bought the boat with my ex-partner, I borrowed £20,000 from my bank. The interest at the time was pretty low, so I'm going to be paying back around about 21,000 and something. So I still have to pay the bank £360 every month for the next 3 years. 3 years! And then I'm going to own my own home. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Something that was unexpected that I didn't perceive was the rise of license fee. As a continuous cruiser, I have to pay £102 now every month for my canal tax, a bit like council tax. It pays for my waste getting removed, it pays for my water, it pays for the upkeep of the canal. An unexpected rise in costs. It's about another £10 more a month, and I think it's going to rise again. Yay! However, I do have a slight win. My Wi-Fi was due for an upgrade, thank God, and I have cut it in half, which I'm so glad. It was £33 a month, which is mental, and now it's £14 a month. What? So much better. I have an antenna on top of my boat, which is linked to my Wi-Fi box. I have an excellent signal pretty much everywhere I go. There has only been one point on this canal that I'm on that I've struggled with internet. Being solo, I spend a lot of time on my own. So in the winter, it can be quite isolating living on the boat on your own. And it's freezing cold outside, so you can't really do anything. When you just want to relax after a long day's work, sitting down, watching some Netflix, getting sucked into Game of Thrones or rewatching Breaking Bad. And I never had a problem with streaming, ever. So yay, internet, win! In my cost of living estimate video, I pretty much nailed it when I thought that diesel would cost me roughly about £20 a month. That's exactly how much it cost me. I figured out that I travelled about 26 miles on the boat this year over 6 months, which is not very far at all, so propulsion costs were very low. The way that diesel works for narrowboaters at this current time is that red diesel is available for domestic use. So when I want to charge my batteries, I will buy domestic diesel. And domestic diesel is not taxed. However, if I am propelling the boat forward, I'm going on a journey, then I have to pay tax on that diesel. So when you go to collect your diesel from the self-service or a marina or somewhere like that, then you have to give a ratio as to how much diesel you are going to be using for domestic, for charging batteries and heating your boat, or how much you're going to be using for propulsion. So sometimes I've gone into a marina or a chandlery and said 100% domestic because I'm not going anywhere, I'm stuck in ice. I'm just going to be using the boat to charge my batteries. As a continuous cruiser, I move on every 2 weeks. So I definitely stay my 14 days in my spot and then I move on. Other continuous cruisers might potentially move on more throughout winter. It really just depends on your lifestyle. Personally, I have to stay in one area because I have a job round here and I have a car and I live like any normal person, but I just have to move my home every 2 weeks and do the whole rigmarole with the car, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And if you're interested in more about what I'm talking about there, I've made a whole video on it about how I make a living, so you can watch it right now. Boing, boing, boing. Let's talk about gas. I barely use gas this time of year, honestly. I can't exactly tell you how much gas I've used, but I haven't even used a whole propane bottle yet. And that's because I have a Rayburn stove, which is, I call it an Aga. I know that's the wrong terminology, but it's just stuck now, you know, when you just can't not say the thing you say all the time. Yeah, Aga. It takes about 4 hours to heat the hot water up, so I have to be really patient and I have to think ahead if I want to shower. Because I've got the Aga on pretty much 24/7 throughout winter, I've got pretty much 24/7 hot water, which is fantastic. Anyway, I've been blabbing on. You're here because you want to know about costs, and I reckon that I probably spent about £6 a month on gas this year, roughly. It's hard to say because, like I said, the gas bottle's barely been used. Alrighty, something that I should probably mention is I have also spent a fair amount of time off this boat. Just over 6 months ago, when I first recorded the cost of living video, I had just broken up with my long-term partner, and you know, when you go through a breakup, you end up doing lots of stuff to keep yourself busy and distract yourself. I've had a very busy winter, saying yes to everything, going places, visiting friends, spending time with family. It's been pretty full on, and I haven't slowed down, which is kind of the idea of winter, right? I've actually sped up. But hey, that's kind of what happens, and that's okay. What I'm trying to say is I haven't been on the boat 100% of the time. If I had been, I'd think my coal and wood costs would have been double. On that note, I think my coal usage and wood usage is actually fairly low for this winter because it was actually really cold. I used 15 bags of coal at £17.50 each, which works out to be £262.50 for the 6 months on coal. And then wood. Well, this is what I said about my goals for wood collection in winter 2022. It's kind of my goal this year in winter is to be a badass chainsaw girl and supply my own wood myself. And it came true! I spent quite a lot of time with a chainsaw and basically foraged all of my wood with the amazing help of my dad, who is literally the best dad in the world. Thank you so much, Dad, for all your help. It would have been so much more challenging had you not been around to help me. Spent a lot of time chainsawing, axing, storing, carting wood back and forth. It's a lot of work. It's so much easier to just buy a load in for £120 for a ton or whatever it is now, put it on top of the roof. A ton? Is it a ton? No, a cubic square metre, not a ton. Jesus. Yeah, it's so much easier to pay someone to do all of that work for you. But I didn't. I put the time in, I put the effort in with the amazing help of my dad. So I spent a big fat 0 on wood. I put about £350 a month into my boat account. I end up spending approximately £150 to £200 of that every month on the license, on the diesel, on the coal. You know, it fluctuates. So I roughly put about £100 a month away over winter for maintenance costs. Maintenance costs do crop up. I have had a lot of issues with my engine this year. If you've been following me throughout these last 6 months, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's also a lot of work that needs doing in the summer. Most of that is going to cost my time more than my money, although there are still things like tools and materials that I'm going to be buying. So in winter, I save about £100 a month. In summer, I'll save about £150 to £200 a month. In total, for the whole 6 months during winter, I spent £36 on gas. I spent £140 on Wi-Fi, a big fat £0 on wood, a big fat £262.50 on coal. My licence and tax cost £612 for the month, for the 6 months. Diesel cost £120 for the 6 months, and my loan repayment worked out to be £360 per month, which I'm not going to do the maths on. So without the loan repayment, I spent 195 and 25p a month. And with the loan repayment, I spent 555 and 25p a month. So yeah, if you were buying your boat outright and you were foraging all your wood, then £200 a month is about how much it costs to live on the boat, which is pretty good, right? But yeah, be warned, there's lots of things that go wrong. So whilst the outgoings are pretty low, maintenance costs are relatively high. So this year I'm not going to be blacking my boat. It's not going to be coming out of the water. So this is going to be a good summer for me to do all the things above the water that need doing and start saving up, because it's going to be a big whopping at least 1,500 next year on getting the boat taken out and blacking and new anodes and any work that needs doing with her then. So yeah, save this year. Work, spend lots of time on making this boat ship shape. I'm really looking forward to it. So please do subscribe to the channel if you want to see DIY, if you want to see how I live day to day, all the things that I get up to. There is never a dull day on the boat. There is always something that happens. It's an adventure, and it's really great to have you here with me to be a part of it. A shout out and a big hug to Isaac and Julie for your donations this week. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Every little really does help. Next week, I am going to finally be able to share some clarity on what went wrong with the engine all those weeks ago and what I need to do to fix it. Thank you so much for your help and support, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye for now.